Hi everyone, I hope you are. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, a lot of you have made me aware of this YouTuber's Fractal that's playing out. Okay, and full credit to this YouTuber. His name is Blockchain Backer. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this Fractal that is actually playing out. And Blockchain Backer, he did call that this was the top. Okay, and this is the actual bear market rearing its head. Okay, for me, I'm not seeing any confirmation of the bear market just yet. Okay, potentially, like I said to you, if you start to come up and retrace and do something like this, you know, you fizzle out. That's your bear market structure that you're getting, okay? And it's no longer corrective, and we're not looking at sort of coming up and breaking that high. We're looking at some kind of bear market structure rearing its head, and that for me would confirm the bear market. Now, all the way down here, there's three major signals that I'm looking for confirmation of a bear market before you create the bear market structure, and those 3 points were invalidated. So for me, you're not necessarily in a bear market just yet. You are on the cusp of one if you do start to create the bearish structure, okay, which is a series of lower highs, price compression, and then capitulation towards the end of the apex there of that descending triangle, which is what you always get at the end of every bear market. Okay, historically, every single bear market, it's just negative price structure that we're looking for, and we've not necessarily got it yet. A series of lower highs, price compression, and capitulation, basically. So, you know, right now, what Bitcoin has done for me is quite bullish, because you've actually come back to this low, and you've not necessarily lost it just yet. Okay, but this fractal here is actually playing out like a boss. It took a little bit of manipulation, okay, and a little bit of squeezing and tweaking, but I've got it to fit just like this guy has. And full credit to this guy for taking time out of his day to post the content and find this fractal, which is actually amazing. Amazing work from him, okay. And basically what he thinks we are right now, we're at this point, okay, was this point, okay, and I'll drop the fractal in a moment, and this is this low here, which is this low here, and then what we've done, we've come down and lost this low here, look like that, and you've come down like that, you've lost that low, and with that you create this double bottom structure down here, and then you start to bounce, relief rally back to that high. So right now this is your double bottom structure right now. You're looking to break this resistance. If you start to come back up, you've got a target, a relief rally to the high, and with that you continue to roll. And like I said to you, if we do start to see that in the price action, that would determine a bear market for me, okay. And you look at some kind of price compression to the apex, and then capitulation down the line, okay. So the YouTuber's name, get involved in this community. I think half of you are anyway, to be honest with you, because so many comments on the videos and on Twitter as well. You know, check out Blockchain Backer's work. The name is Blockchain Backer. Please go to his work, get involved in his community and his content, okay, and just check him out. So basically, I'm not calling the guy, I'm not, you know, slandering him or anything like that. I'm just showing you his fractal. It's his work, it's credit to him, but I'm just showing you that, you know, I've dropped this fractal in. Okay, it did take a little bit of manipulation, but it is fitting and it is playing out so far. Now, one thing I've got is the rest of the fractal, so I can show you a specific date, because in a minute it is playing out, and if it does play out, amazing. It's give us a cheat sheet, and the guy needs knighting basically. So just here, okay, I'm going to drop the fractal and show you what we're looking at right now for Bitcoin, okay, and ways in which this particular fractal and this bear market scenario, that this is a cycle top and we are looking at this bear market for Bitcoin, could actually be invalidated if we start to deviate from the fractal, which we're not at the moment, to be honest with you. We're not deviating. So let's take a look at the fractal, okay. So this is the fractal on the daily time frame that we're looking at, and you can see it's pretty much playing out, isn't it, from this previous bear market. So, you know, this is the cycle top, and right now you can see the waveforms in which we've been coming down, and we've got this sort of double tap, double bottom down here. You see this, an ascending triangle, and we've got this kind of level of resistance just there, which we have ran into yesterday. So right now, you know, you can see that you sort of stalled just here. If I drop the price action out, you can see what I'm talking about. So look, you've got that ascending triangle just there in this price action, the previous bear market, okay, and you can see that you ran into it at that point, which is pretty much where we are right now. We're stalling at that level of resistance. So for us to start to deviate from this fractal, you know, Bitcoin, if it starts to come back down here and creates a triple bottom, it's already beginning to deviate. But if it doesn't, and it breaks through over the next day or so and starts to come up, then this is a bit of a cheat sheet where we're looking at some kind of retracement for Bitcoin, you know, whereabouts the top end of 50k. And at that point, you know, if it starts to come back and again doesn't hold a beautiful retracement to this low, like I said to you, because at that point you run into resistance, meet a potential technical target 1618, which we'll look at. But if you start to come back and you start to roll back down to that low, that's negative market structure. We've not got it yet. So, you know, credit to Blockchain Backer. If this does actually play out like this, we've got an amazing cheat sheet going forward. But if it does start to deviate, then for me, it isn't the bear market, and it's a corrective phase of a bull market, coming back down to the lows, holding them and looking to continue. So this is a bit of a cheat sheet that will give the game away whether or not we're in a bear market or in a bull market, okay? If it plays out, you're in a bear market. If it doesn't, then you're in a bull market, aren't you? And you're looking to retrace at that high. So, but it's playing out so far, which is scary. scarily unbelievable. Look at this. It is actually playing out so far. So at the minute, you can see this point here is this point here. Okay, so try to get it to fit as best as I can. A little bit of manipulation, but you can see it's pretty much mirroring it. Now, what I'm going to do right here is drop the rest of the fractal in, because if it does play out like this, okay, then what does it show for the rest of the market here for Bitcoin? And if it does play out like when's our capitulation date, and where do we go to in the bear, basically? So let's drop it in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the rest of the blockchain backer fractal from 2018. And again, once again, full credit to blockchain backer. I'm not calling him. I'm just using his work and showing you it and analyzing it and showing you as best as I can. But like I said to you, this is some kind of depleting buying pressure. You've got a series of support and you get really close to the apex. And this is bearish market structure. Now the question is, okay, has it created it yet? No, it's not, but it is sort of mirroring it. It's scarily, mirroring it, isn't it? So if it does, we start to come up here, get rejected at this point where, the top end of 50k, start to come back, and if we start to come back to this point, then yeah, declare we're in a bear market, and we will be looking at some kind of capitulation further down the line. So, where could we capitulate if we do continue to copy this particular fractal? Okay, and this is the bear market. This was cycle top, and right now this is a bear market. I don't necessarily think it is, given the fact that I'm looking at certain other things. Okay, and we've held this low as well, which is structurally quite sound on the monthly, but who knows, anything is possible. And at the minute we have got to adhere to the fact that it is mirroring this structure and this fractal. Okay, so we have to pay attention to this. If it breaks out, comes back, retraces to a normal level support and breaks and deviates from this fractal, then for me, then you're not in a bear market. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So we'll keep an eye on this, and again, full credit to blockchain backer. Honestly, I'm not calling the guy. So right now, where could Bitcoin begin to capitulate if we do follow this fractal? Well, we could be looking at some kind of capitulation in sort of mid-September to early September. And where does this fractal take us? Where is the bear market low? If this is the cycle top and we're looking at some kind of bear market low, well, historically, I think Bitcoin retraces 85% in a bear market, and you can see, boom, yeah, you've got your 80% retracement right there. Your traditional bear market retracement, okay, takes us down to that level. Now, where is that? That currently sits at around about $12,400. So is there any kind of confluence for that target that Bitcoin could actually meet that? So like I've said to you, I like to work with fibs. Okay, so you can see the next impulsive break, if you start to lose this low, okay, like I said to you, if you start to come down, you're creating something called a reversal wave, coming back down to the 1 fib, which is where you've come from. Okay, because at the minute you come up impulsively and you're retracing. So all this noise and chop, all it is retracing to that low. So if at any point Bitcoin starts to lose and come down and loses the 1 fib, okay, that you bounced off it previous summer last year, if it does do that, then you would be in technical targets, a minimal 1618, which is down there at 17,132. But with capitulation, we do usually see the 2 fib being met, and I'll show you an example of that 2 fib being met with capitulation. Okay, so if you remember just there in the Corona dump down here, like I said to you in the previous Corona dump 2020, when we started to come down, it's a very similar scenario where we traced to this high, and at that point we started to roll and we capitulated. Now, where did we find support on the 2 fib? Personally, I wasn't putting bids on the 2 fib. I was putting bids on the 1618 in that Corona crash. Okay, and look how fruitful that was. So if we do mirror this fractal, this would be a target, okay, for me further down the line, and it could offer an amazing short at this opportunity. When we start to come down and lose this 786 fib and start to close below it, you could be in a whopping short all the way down to the 2 fib around about $12,343, which would be the bear market low. And if we're following this sort of traditional up and down bear markets like this is where Bitcoin could actually go to. Okay, but are we doing it yet? Are we creating a bear market structure? So it is there, we can't ignore it, and I'm showing this fractal. We'll keep an eye on it. If it does start to play out, then Bitcoin, I was going to say Bitcoin backer, blockchain backer, deserves a medal, because he's found us a little cheat sheet. So there is a little bit of confluence there on the 2 fib roughly, if we do start to sweep these lows and this fractal playing out like that. And again, I think it would offer an amazing opportunity at that point if it did come, and that was the bear market low. Now, like I've shown you before, I'll drop my fibs on, from here to here. We'll drop my fibs on here. You can see that we met the 1618 target like a boss, okay, in this bull market. We came down, broke the highs here at 20k, and then look, 1618 met like a boss, and right now we're coming back in. So let's say, for example, this is right. This is the bull market top, and right now we're in a bear market. Okay, the bear market's rearing its head. Your altcoins are going to get absolutely destroyed, by the way, if this is a scenario. And at this point, when you start to capitulate, some altcoins will go to zero, and that's the truth of it. And I've always told you that. But again, it's opium. It's not happened yet, but it can happen. There's all possibilities. So right here, if this is the bear market low, I'm going to drop my fibs on and show you where the next bull market cycle high is, based off Fibonacci, and you can see if we drop that knob on, then you're looking at 197k Bitcoin. You're looking at a minimal 100k Bitcoin, okay, on the next cycle. Then you got your 1414 at 139, and then you got your 1618 at 197, and then you've got your 2 fib up there, which Bitcoin failed to get to the 2 fib. It's always got to the 2 fib in every single bull run, but if this is the cycle top, okay, and it is a big if, it's failed to get to the 2 fib. The 2 fib was around about 230k in this cycle, okay. So I'm not saying I won't anticipate it getting to that particular level at the 1618 at bare minimum, because this 1618 was met in this bull market, okay. But this bull market, for me, like I've said to you so many times, I do think that this particular bull market is very different from previous cycles. So for me to sort of say that, yeah, okay, we're following that and we're looking at some kind of capitulation event, given the fact that this sort of bull market is different in the sense we've had 4 50% plus corrections, each one of them, bar this one that we're going through right now, has broke a high and seen a massive rally. So for me, I do think that this is wave 2. This was your wave 4. You got your wave 1, your retracement, your wave 3, your retracement, and right now we're missing this final blow off top wave, that we're looking at, this sort of mania phase of this bull run. And obviously to get that, all we have to do is deviate from this blockchain backer fractal right now, to come up, retrace, hold that. If we start to deviate from that fractal, there's your non-bear market structure. Do you understand that? And all you've done is retrace to this low, okay? You retrace to that low, and you're looking to come back up the stairs and break that high and continue in this bull run, okay? So that's basically Bitcoin. There's no sort of crystal ball. There's no looking glass. There's no cheat sheet, unless this is the cheat sheet and it does play out like that. Then it's amazing work from the blockchain backer, okay? So yeah, that's just a little update. That if this is the bear market, then I would be expecting a 12,343 Bitcoin, and it could come as early as October this year, okay? Let's keep an eye on this fractal playing out over the next sort of couple of months, because I think you're looking like 18th of March, we could actually be up there at around about 56, 57k for Bitcoin. And if we do start to run into that resistance and start to come back and do this, then this fractal is playing out like an absolute boss, isn't it? Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong. And honestly, I'm not calling Blockchain Backer or having a go at him or anything or discrediting his work. Please check him out. Full credit to Blockchain Backer for this fractal. Please check his content out and go to his channel and get involved in his community. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.